Hello, we're the NostalgiCast. We remember it so you don't have to.
Yes, and I am the fellow member of NostalgiCast.
Yep.
I am MrEnter.
Oh
here
my
to
god.
complain about
I forgot.
cartoons.
I've kicked Bobo off the podcast for being a dumb loser and for making that. No, actually, I haven't kicked him off. He's pursuing his own career as a music artist, and that was his single, "Put a Fingy in My Asshole." I will leave a link in the description to his YouTube channel, and you can check him out. Just kidding, he doesn't exist. But instead, we have Mr. Enter as a guest star.
I have to say, my asexual sensibilities. I wasn't a huge fan of how you flanderized Bobo in this episode. Make sure to check out my new animatics of Growing Around coming 2025. Hopefully.
Yeah, hopefully.
And also don't wear your masks because apparently they block out the oxygen or something like that. I don't know.
Mr. Enter, please, can I have your opinion on something?
Go ahead.
How do you feel about the current Black Lives Matter protests? Where do you stand?
Oh, well, well, I just feel like they should be protesting the real issues, like modern SpongeBob. So, that's how it be. Okay, hello NostalgiCast. This is Bobo back. That was MrEnter as a special guest. How are you, Eduardo?
Oh, I'm okay. I'm doing well in college, but I still haven't uploaded those other videos. I got one's halfway edited, and there's a ton on the back burner. I'll get around to it someday, I swear.
Yeah, we're not even planning. Probably, I don't know. I feel like those episodes won't really see the light of day in a while. So.
Yeah, especially not that Arthur one. God, that one was terrible. But we agreed that'd be our lost episode, so it's okay.
I get. Actually, since we talked about MrEnter, I just kind of I do want to establish some background. You and I, we've been more me than you. We've been ranting and raving a lot about MrEnter's political takes on the internet. Which if I honestly think that if you're a cartoon reviewer, you shouldn't be making political rant videos, especially when they're so ill-informed.
Yeah, exactly.
Basically said that he doesn't like the coronavirus lockdown and how he doesn't like wearing masks and how he's cool with killing grandma, I guess, because he'd rather have his sanity than not kill old people.
Wait. I'm gonna try to do my best MrEnter impression. All right.
Okay. Even though we just had him on.
Yeah. Okay, I'll mock him behind his back. It's okay, everybody. No, I can't do it. Fuck. What was I thinking? I'll do it. Yeah, I'll try.
Idiot.
What was I? Oh, but we're all human petri dishes, and if we all go outside, everyone's grandmas will die. Fuck off. I ain't believing that. I'm MrEnter. I don't shave. I use a pair of scissors to shave. I've never once used a razor. Not even an electrical one. God, how hard is it to use an electrical razor? I don't know. I just kind of feel like ranting about that myself. Anyway, I'm gonna go masturbate, but not think about anything because I'm asexual.
You should, not dissing any asexual members in our audience, of course, but, Anyway,
yeah.
Here's the thing about Mr. though. What was I going to say? I was going to say something stupid.
Yeah.
Okay, well, he should probably get, that Dollar Shave Club to shave his gross beard or something like that. And also he's always complaining about shows like race swapping characters, even though you look at Rise of the TMNT, he talked about how April O'Neil was now black, and that really triggered him for some reason.
Yeah,
which is okay. Most sane people don't really have an issue with that kind of thing, except for you.
He thinks it's he thinks the show's trying too hard to be PC by race swapping the characters. But honestly, I think that, when you get angry about race on the internet, especially if it's, I don't want to get political or anything, but if you make a white character black and then if someone makes a white character black and then you get really angry about it, especially when it's like TMNT where it's known to change drastically through interpretations, like,
Yeah,
I feel like it's kind of stupid to get angry about something like that.
right. And I don't know. It just he kind of has this weird like right wing grifter attitude towards a lot of things, even though like I don't know, he does kind of like sometimes he does like kind of preach like some like left leaning stuff. Most of the time he like has like this weirdly super red pilled mega turbo MRA take on like rape accusations.
Yeah.
Said how like he'd rather be raped than get accused of rape, which is a very 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 seriously strong words to say about that matter.
Yeah.
And I don't know. It definitely comes from like a place of ignorance, and it's like, dude, I don't think you should really be, uh, like talking about this, to be honest, because you're obviously just like parroting talking points from like weird men that are just scared of getting accused of rape. Which, let's be honest, it's not exactly a high probability of that happening in general for you if you're a good person, I guess. So I don't know. That's just
Yeah, and especially if if you
super.
have a reputation and a lot of people who like you, who believe that rape accusations are most of the time bogus because you tell them to, like, it's such a stupid idea that you could be accused of rape. Okay, that's not a bogus idea in general. Like, it could happen, yes, but it's a lot less likely to happen than actual rape, and I think it's played up a lot by,
Oh yeah,
people who
I
whose
think that
audience will think that and so forth.
the whole panic about the matter. I mean, obviously, obviously, I'm against cancel culture or whatever, but the fact that he thinks that it's like uh, this thing that's gonna ruin his life, his career as the guy that screams at SpongeBob. I don't know. It just seems kind of like a ridiculous thing to be afraid of, especially when you spend all your time inside.
Yeah.
So, it's just silly, and I'd say it's just a rather insensitive take on the matter of sexual assault, as are all of his other takes on
On every
politics.
issue.
Yeah, pretty much. Like on the matter of coronavirus, modern race issues, I guess.
Modern
he's always off the
SpongeBob.
Yeah, modern SpongeBob. He's never on point, and that's my problem with it.
Well, actually,
Like, dude,
he's not the only modern. He's not only the modern SpongeBob guy. He's also the Modern Family guy. Not Modern Family, the ABC show or whatever, but Family Guy in the current era. He really despises it. He called it the worst, hands down, the worst 2010s cartoon of all time. Can you believe that?
I don't know. I know this like critique has been brought up a lot before, but I don't know how you can get like that mad at Family Guy. To be honest, like it is what it is. It's just a poorly animated. Like nowadays, it's just a poorly animated. It's generally like not a good show. Of course, like we've decided it ourselves. Seth MacFarlane is a hack, right?
Yeah, but he hasn't written for the show in a while, and nowadays I have a very distinguished opinion about it. It's really lazy and boring, and it's kind of pathetic how badly they want to shock the audience, but giving it any attention is like giving that kid that shouts racial slurs attention. It's like, you could give him attention, you could call him out, but it won't make him any better. It'll just fuel him. Best thing is to just let him be and flounder, if you know what I'm saying.
Exactly. Dude, that's like the most like succinct comparison I've heard like to these shows. These shows are like highly reactionary. Like Teen Titans Go feeds on stupid people on the internet that complain about the show. Like, have you noticed that they always like make fun of they make fun of their haters? Like there's this one episode they basically take the Teen Titans villain Control Freak and basically like position him as like this is the Teen Titans fandom, which obviously triggered YouTubers like the Nostalgia Teen Critic, Teen and Nostalgia Critic, the Nostalgic Teen, and MrEnter. All
Of
those
course.
unique YouTubers.
But
They all just,
look who has the
yeah.
last laugh. You know what happened to Teen Titans Go?
What?
So nowadays, well, this was a while ago, but in a more modern sense, like in this past year, it's really been struggling. Teen Titans Go has really been struggling to get its like former glory on Cartoon Network back, and even new episodes are struggling to reach a quarter of a million views, which is absolutely dismal. And it's been replaced with Total Drama Rama, something that MrEnter also hates. So, it's just the
And I
same
think he
show with a new
also-
coat of paint.
I think he also hated on. He didn't hate it. He didn't hate on it, but like he expressed disdain towards the trailer for like OKKO, which apparently that got good reviews. So jokes on
Yeah,
him.
I've
I
watched
guess, but,
OKKO twice for some reason, but
is it okay?
it's okay,
KO?
but it couldn't. It kind of got on my nerves sometimes, but it was still pretty good, and I got a laugh out of me if I got like a laugh out of me a lot of times. So, it's
Yeah.
okay, KO.
Yeah, it's okay, KO.
Yep.
But yeah, that generally is. Aren't really that fun. It's just kind of him screaming at cartoons, and sometimes I agree with him, but it's just kind of gets hard to watch after a while, right?
Yeah.
Like, how many times can I watch? It's why I stopped watching a while ago, because like his videos didn't make me feel good in any way, or didn't make me feel enlightened.
It was like empty
when I-
calories. Like, sure, he could rant about how the modern Fairly Odd Parents writers are hacks, but like, what, this joke doesn't work. This joke doesn't work because it's too mean-spirited. This joke doesn't work because it's not properly set up. Like, God, talk about something else with more nuance. These
just
fucking video
just
essays
background
about The
noise.
Simpsons have more dignified and unique talking points than he does nowadays, I swear to God.
Yeah, facts. The thing about it too is like, yeah, I was just gonna raise that point. These video essays, like, at least they're more general. So like, I can at least, although I don't appreciate them creatively, I can at least say, okay, you guys are doing a video essay on the entire like idea of The Simpsons and why it's fallen. I get that. It's better than combing through individual episodes going like, this joke doesn't work, this joke doesn't work. Because how many times can you say that, It's just silly, and I hate it. I also think that just something that kind of like delves into the more gross areas is MrEnter. Like, he has a very impressionable audience. Like, I don't get why people like him, but there are like followers of him that like, that they really love him. They say, "Oh, I love your videos and stuff," and they like everything he has to say about politics. They think he's very enlightened, and like his opinions are very enlightened. So much so to the point where they'll ping him on Discord and say that they love his content.
Oh God, not that.
And of course, MrEnter responds kindly to people that ping him on Discord, which is very funny. But it's just, my issue is when you make DeviantArt blogs posting stuff like, "I'm not in support of masks," and while spouting pseudoscience and shit, and making videos about why you don't support state-funded healthcare, and then like you basically use really terrible talking points throughout the entire video. I mean, audience, you can look into it if you want. I don't really, this is a fun podcast, so I'm not going to deconstruct why he's wrong. But it's just, he's got a very, very impressionable audience, and he's really stupid. So he's making 100,000 stupid people is basically what I'm saying.
Yep. And crap, I forgot what I was gonna say. Oh well.
It's okay, take your time.
I will. I'll meditate here for a little bit until I think of it. Let's see, MrEnter. Oh yeah. I saw the video that he responded to that Discord comment. He's like, well, I've been getting a lot of an out of context thing has been floating around on the internet, and everyone's made their decision to judge me arbitrarily, not knowing the full story. Like, I swear to God, every time he makes one of these things, it's like he always paints himself as like, woe is me, look at me, I'm the victim, and he has this really snarky attitude about it. It's just in his fucking voice. I hate it so much. Anyway, he goes.
Maybe he wouldn't be getting canceled every other week if he was a little bit more of a likable guy.
Yeah.
I don't know.
He just comes off as so aggressive and like not aggressive, but like he has a holier than thou opinion of himself. He's a very high opinion of himself and a very low opinion of others. Like you can see it in the way he talks about like other writers. Like the only excuse I could find for this is that you were incompetent or stupid or you just did not give a shit. Like god damn it, they can't.
I think the one thing a writer should have is some humility, and I think that's something that MrEnter lacks entirely.
Yeah.
Like or any creator should have humility, because I don't know, like there's nothing more pathetic than like a terrible artist that also thinks like his shit doesn't smell. At least if you're a terrible artist and you acknowledge, hey, I'm willing to take criticism, that's cool actually. Like if you're honestly, those SpongeBob writers, they're just doing their jobs. They're not hurting anyone. They're just making bad content, and it's okay to tell them, hey, why don't you try this? This could maybe be better. That's one thing. It's just annoying when like he goes like, these people are like awful people and I'm better than them because I'm MrEnter. How could they remake TMNT like this? And like, dude, why do you have to like rail on random people on DeviantArt who happen to be college educated because they're giving suggestions about your creative process? Like no one's he thinks people are out to get him is one of the main things that like he thinks like the world is out to get him pretty much is like my takeaway from a lot of his tone in his videos and his content, like this very strong, like you mentioned, the victim complex. It just baffles me how someone can be so high strung about cartoons on the internet,
Yeah, and he's high strung about everything. Going back to the Discord, his like response to the Discord thing, he was so high strung. It's usually okay. This part does make sense that he said that the people that usually add him are like trolls who just come and say I hate your videos and then get blocked immediately. Like he said it's very efficient for him to just get ats and then block people immediately, so there's no trolls on the website. On his Discord, but
can he disable that? By the way, like people pinging him.
Can he do that?
I don't know. Isn't that I don't understand Discord, even though we're on.
Yeah, I think some servers are like too big to have give everyone at privileges. So I don't know. Maybe you'll have to look into that. But regardless, he could just not be so. I don't want to say oversensitive and being like too much of a baby when it comes to this stuff, but like, come on, it's just an app on Discord.
Well, honestly, I think that calling him that is valid, to be honest, because just to highlight his hypocrisy, I guess, because he tends to. The weird thing is that he complains about harassment, cyberbullying, and stuff like that, but he also says, the left is making everyone nowadays such oversensitive babies, dude. Like, he made a video complaining about, like, political correctness.
Wait, did he really do that?
Yeah, he did. An example of political correctness was a Battlefield game that was based on World War II that happened to include, like, you can play as a woman in it. Like as a woman soldier in World War II, and he was all like, I can't take this. Why do you have to be so feminist and have women in it? That's not historically accurate. It's like, my guy, it's a video game. Like, it's historical fiction, so you can bend the truth a little bit. It's not meant to be accurate. If you're looking at Battlefield for historical documentation, maybe you should look at Battlefield. Yeah, that's the thing too. Like, he was like, there are real stories about real women and their efforts in World War II, which is correct, but Yeah, maybe you should. Maybe people can just look at the history books for that, or other stories for that. It's not about historical accuracy, but also in a video game, like an interactive video game that's just like a shoot 'em up. People kind of want to like have avatars that they identify with. So what's wrong with having a female, black, whatever like characteristics you want for your character, even if it is in a World War II setting. So I don't know. That's just my view on that.
Yeah,
But
and
sorry,
if
you
they're
can
complaining
continue.
about okay, a little tangent, but if they're complaining about realism in video games, I feel if they're complaining about this is not historically accurate, then why would you complain about it in video games? Video games are so unrealistic. I don't even know where to begin. See every
Yeah,
like Control Alt Delete comic to see why games are not applicable. Game controls are not applicable to the real world. Like, come on, there's a limit
yeah,
to.
Mr. Enter, haven't you seen a Dorkly video, dude?
Yeah, come on. Watch Dorkly, MrEnter. They can really edumacate you.
But yeah, back to him being oversensitive. I don't understand how he can complain about people. Basically, when he's complaining about oversensitivity among people that like maybe feel like, hey, maybe you shouldn't use that word because it happens to be an ethnic slur or something like that, or rooted in an ethnic slur. Like Mr. Enter like looks at those people, tosses them aside, and says, okay, they're just being a bunch of babies. They shouldn't be complaining. But when people ping him on Discord, that's when the harassment, that's when the hatred towards him goes too far. It just seems to be a very self-centered worldview where you kind of lack empathy.
Animated
That's just me.
atrocities.
It's just not very consistent.
Animated
Sorry?
atrocities number 3,526. Hate and shame. You know what hate and shame is, right?
Yeah, the Yandere
Yeah, the
Dev
Yandere Dev
video.
video.
There are like shocking parallels between Enter and Yandere Dev. It's just unreal, dude.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. Do you have anything else to say
No.
about
This was
Mr.
supposed to be a
Enter?
quick
Really?
tangent, but it's been going on for like 22 minutes now.
Yeah, it just he really bugs me. Like out of all reviewers, and I don't usually take umbrage with just like some guy. He's just this guy really he tickled my pickle and not in the right way, and that's why I was mad. But okay, we're not going to talk about him anymore. We're done. Growing around is probably going to be epic. Anyway,
Yeah. Anyway, we want to talk about our real subject, why we really came on here. This guy called LHuegueny. LHuegueny, yeah. He's this guy that makes he makes like very terrible Blank the musical videos of like
it's a content farm, pretty much.
yeah,
He pumps out low effort animated music videos for the internet, and they get a lot of views.
all the characters have like the same expression. It's like the Family Guy poses. They all look towards the camera and do this thing with their eyebrows, like in their mouth. It just every character looks the same, even though they're obviously not the same. But all the characters have the same expressions, and like he makes
They're obviously traced.
yeah,
A lot of the characters.
and they have terrible movement, and also the singing is awful. It's heavily auto-tuned, and I don't know what kind of theme he has that ties all these together. Like he has a billion like Jurassic Park videos. Jurassic Park Coronavirus, the musical. Five Nights at Freddy's, the musical. Baldi's Basics, the musical. Cuphead, the musical. Mario Kart, the musical. Like, what is
There's
this?
no recurring theme. He's just hopping on popular things, I guess. Then again, why is like Jurassic Park? It's definitely like popular, but why does he keep making videos about them? It's just like one good movie and like
Yeah, and why are they so popular? Like, why are his Jurassic Park videos so popular? Like, 111 million views. 111 million people clicked on Jurassic World the Musical animated parody.
It's not even the COVID version.
No. Well, the COVID version has a lot of views too, but still.
Yeah, because I understand why that would make a lot of money because it's like coronavirus, and that's like all the rage these days, you know.
Yeah.
Uh,
Oh, and
so
let's not forget his magnum opus. I almost forgot. The story of Undertale. That was this guy. That's what he does. I'm pretty sure you,
oh my god,
audience, is
I
familiar
think
with
that
it because we've played it on this thing before and we've referenced it before.
so
It's amazing.
I, I feel like we should just deconstruct what sorry, I think we should just deconstruct what it is about this content that like irks us to no end, you know. So I feel
Okay.
like
Let's
we
talk
should
about the elephant in the room. The reason why I discovered this guy is because recently in certain online forums, this video has been posted of Five Nights at Freddy's 3 Springtrap, you know, the dead guy in like the rotting fursuit that smells like piss and shit and like dead stuff that's been dead for years. Well, they
he's purple guy's corpse, right?
yeah, they really captured his essence here in this video. So I'm just gonna play it real quick.
I love the guitar.
Don't know just what I'm made of.
You can hear a lot of the auto tune.
Possessed by the purple guy, I will kill whomever I please.
What?
3 decades
Sounds beautiful.
after the restaurant, I'm in for the ride.
It's not that much longer until you get to the line.
You chose to work at this nightmare, baby, like a mouse
Baby.
into a trap. You can play your tapes and temporarily distract me, baby, but no matter what.
Why does he say
I will
baby?
be
This doesn't make any
back.
sense.
I'm addicted to cards, from my bins of bars, while I feast on their hearts, skim till they take shots.
Here it comes.
This attraction is great, so many guys I can rape till I can't.
Did you hear that?
Yeah. He said, this attraction is great. So many guards I can rape. Which is a really beautiful lyric, especially since I assume this is meant to be content for children.
Yeah, let me play that one more time.
Right?
Attraction is great, so many guys I can rape till.
That doesn't make any sense. Wait, rape? It
It doesn't even rhyme.
Okay.
It doesn't even rhyme.
Yeah, it makes absolutely no sense. There is no reference on this channel to like rape or sexual assault or anything of that, you know, caliber. But then randomly in this video, you get Springtrap talking about how he wants to rape. Not like what? These are for.
I would call this an animated atrocity.
This
right
certainly
here.
is an animated atrocity. Why doesn't MrEnter take apart LHuegyeny's channel? I don't know how to pronounce it.
Honestly, I think LHuegeny is having a way worse influence on children than any episode of Steven Universe ever could. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's definitely true. Or any episode of modern SpongeBob can, despite its rancid morals.
Rancid morals.
Yeah,
but
didn't you see that
there's, like, a kid-
thing you sent me that what MrEnter uses for grading?
The template.
Yeah, the template. One of those on there is rancid morals.
I don't even know what that means. Well, I know what it means, but just weird nomenclature for that.
Yeah.
But LHuegeny, I honestly think that he's like a terrible influence towards children. Let me explain why. He's basically a content farm that pumps out these shitty animations. He's like Winky Dink. You know,
Yeah.
Winky Dink, at least, like, the kids know what they're getting into. Like, it's obvious, like, the kids that watch Winky Dink are all like, I want to watch cartoon characters have sex. So then they look that up and they find his terrible videos. But I'd say there's something a little bit more malevolent with LHuegeny.
Yeah.
LHuegeny. There's something a little bit more malicious about him because essentially, like, you know, he's just going like, hey guys, check out my musical version of FNAF 3. You know, that video game that children watch. They like to watch Markiplier apply that show, play that game. I have to. I'm losing my mind.
You're having
here,
a stroke
but
there,
you know what
bud.
I'm saying? Like, yeah, this broke me. But basically, what I'm saying is, children want to watch FNAF 3, so they bump into LHuegeny, and then he makes like gross rape jokes and jokes about how the guard shits his pants. So,
Well,
you know what I mean? I remember one of the comments was like about was like by an 11-year-old, and he said, "I sang this in class, and my teacher got mad at me." So I don't know.
okay, so I think I'm gonna have to disagree. I think this is a little. I think it's a little better than Winky Dink, honestly. Like, okay, these are both atrocious YouTubers, but I think there's an argument to be made in this guy's favor. I think he clearly puts more effort in than Winky Dink. Like, yes, the auto-tune is horrible, and so is the animation, but have you seen the animation for Winky Dink?
Yes.
I'd argue I would not argue. I'd state that the animation for Winky Dink is worse, because it's like, yes, it's still the same lazy puppet rigs, but like, this one, there are, like, more backgrounds and a little more stuff. And, like...
Winky Dink, though, I'll explain. Winky Dink's character models are more refined than the crappy ones in LHuegeny ever can be.
That's true, but I feel like this has more... It's not more substance, but it's more... It's less... just nothing, you know? Like, Winky Dink is just empty calories. It's a whole bunch of nothing. But
yeah, that's fair. That's fair. I could imagine a child watching through like a playlist of Winky Dink and feeling like they didn't get anything out of it, pretty much. Yeah, which is true. But I think you have to also acknowledge that LHuegeny is also like injecting children with bad music. At the very least, Winky Dink has some bopping tunes, like boom, 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 boom.
Yeah, the Wii Billiards theme. But,
yeah, it's way better than any song, from the FNAF one. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
At least it's not making jokes about. And by the way, I will also say, usually the sexual activities and cartoon hookups are indeed consensual, which is something that LHuegeny lacks.
Yeah,
so
as indicated by this music video. I'd argue, on the other hand, that LHuegeny is better because he has more variety. Like, if you've seen one Winky Dink episode of Cartoon Hookups, you've seen them all. They joke. They have an obvious joke about hooking up, and they don't actually have sex. But
look, Sonic's too fast.
Yeah, LHuegeny. Look, he has this thing. He has Story of Undertale, which is a parody of Bad Romance. He has a somber melody. He has a somber something from Toad singing about how he's in first place in Mario Kart and he gets hit by the blue shell. And you have a thing about Jurassic World, Jurassic Park. You have a thing about that with COVID-19. That's completely original. It's like a fan fiction, yeah, but it's like less of a fan fiction than Winky Dink's is, which only relies on other characters.
It's also not tasteless at all.
Yeah.
But here's another weird thing too, though. I'd say Winky Dink is better at appealing to children than LHuegeny is. And let me explain. Although the title of the series is Cartoon Hookups, LHuegeny makes parodies of like R-rated films. And Cartoon Hookups is wise enough to only use children's content to parody. LHuegeny always did like Joker the musical and like It Chapter 2 the musical. No kid has seen this, so it's just a bit confusing for them, I assume, right? Or maybe they're vibe because and also adults don't want to watch that content.
Yeah, adults don't want to watch this shit, except for us.
Except for us, we're quote adults. So what I'm saying is like maybe kids are like vicariously watching Joker the musical to get the experience of Joker, but I kind of doubt it. I think that like Winky Dink is just doing a far superior job at appealing to children because he's using content for children but it also has sex jokes, so it makes the children feel like big boys.
Yeah,
you know?
I can really see where you're coming from. That Winky Dink knows his audience and isn't trying to play any games, doesn't do stuff to like make them feel too dumb. He appeals directly to them, and he does a damn good job of doing it. But
here's the thing, though. I'm gonna offer a counterpoint to myself.
Yeah.
Winky Dink might not know that his audience is comprised of children, because if he did know, then he wouldn't have like set up a Patreon and a VidMe, because like he's making an assumption there that like his audience has disposable income to spend on his like what?
That is very true. Like no child goes near Patreon or even knows any credit card information.
The child is like says, "Mom, can I get the uncensored Winky Dink videos on VidMe?" Yeah, totally happening. Anyway, sorry, I interrupted your point by countering my own point.
My point is that, in my opinion, LHuegueny is better because he gave us Undertale the musical, and that's honestly more than I can say for Winky Dink. What Winky Dink video has given you any enjoyment, be it ironic or otherwise?
Yes,
they're all the same. They're all terrible. But these are terrible in spectacular ways. These are conversation worthy other than talking about what a fucking pathetic loser Jared Winkler is, you know?
Okay. Well, have you seen Sonic vs. Flash?
Oh my god.
The rap battle?
No, I have not.
Can you play it?
Who is that? Who is it by?
It's by Winky Dink.
Versus Flash. Okay, I'll play it. Wait, what? Not. Oh, sorry. I clicked on the death battle thing.
Death battle?
Yeah, all there is like Sonic versus Flash death battle.
Look up Sonic versus Flash Winky Dink.
Winky Dink. Sonic versus Flash the rap battle.
Welcome to Cartoon Hookup's rap battle.
Oh god.
We'll be battling to see who's going to hook up with the sexy Flash widow.
Listen, bro, I bang bitches, alright?
Oh yeah, well my...
What'd he just say? What did Sonic just say?
He said, "Listen, man, I bang bitches."
No, he said, "Listen, bro." He does that exact same voice you do when you're doing like that MrEnter voice. Oh, wait, I want say it again.
Listen, bro, I bang bitches.
That sounds exactly like you when you do the voice.
Listen, bro, I bang bitches, alright?
Oh my god.
Alright?
Oh yeah, well my fingers vibrate.
I'm so cute and cuddly, but on the weekends I'm tapping ass. My game's over 9,000, multi-consoles raking cash. So on your turn, just pass. Your red suit makes me laugh. Is that a bird, a plane? No, it's just a flash. Oh, Grady wants to scrap. Got a TV show and it's crap. Most of us have never heard of you, but you're friends with Superman? I loved you in all those Marvel movies. Oh, right, you're DC. Marvel wouldn't use you, because they're out of your Justice League.
That hardly rhymes.
How are you supposed to be? Some kind of cuddly blue Furby? You look about as much like a hedgehog as Master Chief looks like Kirby. Are you a Pokemon?
What?
A gremlin? Watch out, he's on the loose. You're a character made for children. Why are you only wearing shoes? I'm sorry, yo, you ain't Mario. I've played 100 better games on Atari, bro. All your TV shows and your 60 consoles just landed your ass on Nintendo. So tonight, if you're picking a fight so you can make your Sonic boom...
Do we have to watch this whole thing?
I didn't say we had to watch the whole thing.
Okay, I think I got it. I did not know Winky Dink made these. I forgot since our last discussion.
This is the only one he made. It's a one outlier. Everything else is just the same cartoon hookup shit.
This is Verbal Ace, but so much worse.
That's an insult to Verbal Ace.
Definitely.
I feel like since we talked about,
Joker,
right-wingers like MrEnter, we should talk about the Joker.
Why? What do you?
Because
What do you feel
I
about
sent
the
you
Joker movie?
I thought that was fine. I sent you the Joker video though by LHuegueny.
I clicked on it.
Found advertising pretty sad. I lived with my mom since Thomas Wayne is my dad. Got our Arkham file. I learned the truth. Turns out, geez, I spent my childhood being abused. No one listens.
Are you sure you're not playing Sonic versus Flash?
No, I'm playing Joker the musical.
Well, they sound exactly the same.
Well, they really do. Maybe they're more alike than we give them credit for.
Them, all I ever get is odds. My laughing condition is how I cope with my past. It gets me into trouble, and I start to blast. Joker, introduce me as Joker. Wanna make you laugh, Joker. I'm a psychopath, Joker.
Wow, that sounds
At
horrible.
least my girlfriend down the hall is cynical like me.
These look like I know what they are. They look like budget Rick and Morty characters. These Joker the musical things.
Or is that all in my head? A
That's
vision
what
or a
you think
dream?
it
My
looks
whole life I wondered, do I even exist?
Their eyes are really
Are starting
creepy.
to notice. There are lots
Yeah.
of different Jokers throughout history. Nicholson, Ledger, Leto, now me. But in this universe, I'm the maker of bad. Without the riot I started, he'd have no origin story. Joker, introduce me as Joker. Wanna make you laugh, Joker. I'm a psychopath.
Also, another thing against LHuegueny is that he uses the same voice for all characters, so every song sounds exactly the same, and it all has this like horribly auto-tuned thing. So I swear to God.
Give Jared. Wait, hang on.
What?
Give Jared Winkler this much. Like that Sonic voice of his.
Yeah.
At least he's trying to change his voice.
Yeah, you have to give him credit for that, I guess, even though it sounds bad. LHuegueny should be on YouTube Rewind 2019. Change my mind.
Joker, wanna make you laugh, Joker. I'm a psychopath, Joker. Let's start a revolution now. When I was a little boy and told people I was gonna be a comedian, everyone laughed at me. Well, no one's laughing now. You can say that again, pal. Joker, introduce me as Joker. Wanna make you laugh, Joker. I'm a psychopath,
Okay, so
Joker.
again, I want to bring up a point you brought earlier. Who
Yeah.
would watch this? Who is this made for?
Kids.
Yeah, it's made for kids, but this is not a kid movie. It's a movie where a guy kills people because it's a film that deals with society and so forth, and he kills people. Like,
Yeah.
what?
I don't. Well, here's the thing. I mean, in all fairness, like I'm not going to say Joker is like a kid's property, but I think that a lot of kids, they know Batman, they know Joker, so maybe they want to watch this crap. That's the only defense I can make. But otherwise, like I get FNAF because like 12-year-old squeakers, they love them some Five Nights at Freddy's, right? Like,
Yeah.
They watched all of Matt Pat's theories. They've watched all of Markiplier's Let's Plays. They want to sink their teeth into some more FNAF content, so they watch a music video about how Springtrap is sexually harassing poor night guards. This is just, this is just awful. I don't get it. This is why... Yeah, sorry?
No, I was just going to say it is, but you're probably going to say this is why LHuegheny's worse than Winky Dink, right?
Yeah, pretty much.
It's a really tough decision. I think it's a really close call. But based on the fact that these videos exist and that Winky Dink is a lot more... It pains me to say this, but consistent. Like, he's consistently awful. And, unironically, I think that LHuegueny might be worse because, like, who is this made for exactly? Yeah, I don't know.
If you pull up his channel and look in the video section and scroll through the thumbnails, they give you, they give me eye strain, honestly, because it's just the red and, the...
Yeah, and,
the
white
those kind of
outlines of the
thumbnails.
characters. Yeah.
Yeah, it hurts the eyes. Just some people making stupid faces, a red background, just stupid. It's just terrible.
God.
Neutral Run Undertale parody song.
Yeah, he made 3 Undertale musicals. He did Genocide, Pacifist, and Neutral Run.
You listen to all of these?
No, I listened to half of the Pacifist one. I decided it was garbage. It wasn't as noteworthy as whoa, 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 whoa. Story of Undertale. What? Wait, hold on. I want to bring up one line from Story of Undertale. It's pretty shit altogether, but I want to bring up this one line. He thinks he's so fucking clever, but it's so stupid. Hold on, let me try to find it.
Would you rather binge LHuegueny or Space Chimps again?
Would I rather what?
Watch LHuegueny or Space Chimps again?
LHuegeny. Because Space Chimps is just so nothing. It's empty calories, the experience.
Okay.
Okay, wait. Here's the line. Here's the line.
Should I be a pacifist? Or should I use my fists?
Get it? Should I be a pacifist? Or should I use my fists? God.
I wonder how long it took for him to come up with that line.
I think maybe a total of 45 seconds. Maybe less.
I sent you a video by him called Pen Pineapple Apple Pen Pineapple Apple Pen Arrow Pineapple Apple Arrow North Korean version.
Okay. LHuegeny.
It stars.
NPKP.
What is this? Oh my god, this sounds awful.
I have a nuke. I have a kimchi. Kimchi nuke. I have a nuke. I have a penis. Penis nuke. Kimchi nuke. Penis nuke. Nuke. Penis. Kimchi nuke.
What? How do you butcher such a simple, like, rhythm thing? How? It's. I'm not listening to the rest of this, by the way.
He's terrible at it.
Oh my god, how is this so bad?
Isn't Pen Pineapple Apple Pen meant to be kind of like wordplay? Like, they all kind of sound alike in a way?
Yeah.
Like, it's just awful
kimchi,
here.
Penis, nuke. Nuke, penis, kimchi, nuke, penis, nuke. Get it?
Yeah, I think I get it. And I get it because it's Kim Jong-un dancing, which is very hilarious.
Very funny.
Never been done before.
God, I don't want to look at this
Funniest
anymore.
shit I've ever seen.
Can we be done with this? I'm tired of LHuegeny.
Yeah, I hate you. Well, you're the one that wanted to talk about it.
I
You're
did,
the one
but
that
now I'm
raised
done.
it.
I feel like I've cleansed myself of this LHuegeny burden.
Yeah, I fucking hate LHuegeny. Actually, I'm gonna straight up say it. I'm not convinced by your argument that he's better than Winky Dink.
Well,
I think that
I feel like he's more ironically enjoyable, but from an objective standpoint, Winky Dink knows his media and knows his like thing, his audience, and is consistent in his blandness and in his horribleness and like general low quality, while LHuegeny tries shit that never works ever.
Winky Dink has a vast intellect, and he's like a robot, like MrEnter. He just like understands how to command an audience, how to utilize advertising. He may stumble, he may fall, but he's a far more competent content farm maker than LHuegeny ever will be. But
yeah, even though LHuegeny may be more popular, but Winky Dink has more like it's more efficient for Winky Dink to make videos instead of making
and he also,
terrible
I'd say,
songs.
plays it safe too.
Yeah.
So, but here's the thing. definitely we got to give credit to LHuegeny in that like it's definitely more memorable, and just for how bizarre it is. Like so I don't know. It's my view, honestly, that I think that they're both about the same. Like I can't really justifiably say, "Oh, Winky Dink rapping is better." For audience who can't see, sent me this. Eduardo sent me this video of the Undertale cast singing, and it's animated by LHuegeny.
Yeah, the story of Undertale intro GIF.
Yeah. So basically, I'd say our final conclusion is that Winky Dink and LHuegeny are two sides of the same coin.
Yeah, but Winky Dink is a little better, ekes it out just by a little bit. And honestly, as people, I'd honestly rather meet Winky Dink than I'd meet LHuegeny. Because what are you gonna say? Why do you use so much auto-tune? What does your voice actually sound like? He's just a guy. But Winky Dink, I want to examine his psyche. What pushed him to make these videos?
I'd be scared about meeting LHuegeny because he seems like a legit creep. You know what I mean? Like is that a bad judgment for me to make? Because he comes off that way with his like lyrics about sexual assault and stuff like that.
Yeah, and like
at least
with Winky
like
Dink.
Jared,
what were you gonna say?
Winky Dink makes creepy content, but like I can tell he's kind of doing it like he knows that it's just a joke or something like that. Like I don't think he's actually like turned on by his own cartoons, but he knows what he's making.
Yeah. But this LHuegeny guy seems to he'd be more likely to be completely off the deep end than Winky Dink, He seems to have at least a bit under control. He seems to be sterilized, but he seems to be under control. But this LHuegeny guy, who knows what he can do? Like, why would he no one sane would put the word rape in a Five Nights at Freddy's 3 musical number. Like, that makes absolutely no sense, but I don't know.
Unless you're like an edgy 12-year-old that was trying to make a FNAF song or like make a joke about FNAF, but I doubt it. Also about LHuegeny, do you think that he has self-awareness?
I don't think so. No. No one with self-awareness could make Story of Undertale or any of his videos. They're all as bad as Story of Undertale, but less memeable, really.
But here's the thing. I would argue that makes LHuegeny more endearing because, like, Jared Winkler has terrible content, but he's also self-aware that it's terrible, and I think something about that makes him worse. So maybe LHuegeny actually edges out Winky Dink in sincerity a little bit.
It's an eternal battle. We'll have to see what they upload next,
I agree. We'll definitely come back. We'll write like a book about this issue: LHuegeny versus Winky Dink. The
battle of terrible YouTube creators for children. Oh,
I think
I finally figured it out. I know what this is.
What?
I know what LHuegeny is. In like high school or middle school, they don't do this in college, I'll tell you that much. You do these like projects that you're supposed to get creative to like summarize a book or something like that, and you do like these music videos about characters saying what they did. This is what this is.
Yeah.
That's my revelation. This is like a breakdown of Macbeth or whatever. That's what Joker the musical. That's what Story of Undertale. That's what the Mario Kart musical is. That's all it is. It's just a middle school, high school breakdown of a story. He never grew up.
Dude, you just blew my mind. What if it was written by a middle schooler and just animated by some like really shitty animator?
Yeah, he just learned the word rape and didn't know what it meant. He just knew that it was a word.
Yeah, by the way, I keep watching this GIF you sent me on loop.
I'm watching it too.
It's really terrible. What's the name of like the mom character with the horns?
Yeah. Oh,
What's her
that's
name?
Toriel? Yeah.
Okay.
I know
can
all
only
the
recognize
characters'
three.
names except the little maggot guy on the right. I don't know what that guy's name is.
I only recognize Sans and Papyrus and
Papaya
and
from
Toriel.
Undertale.
I love Simpsons and Undertale. I love
Yeah.
that video so much.
That's the the little Lisa Simpson looking person is Alfie's. I think that's what it is.
The one on the left?
Yeah, the one on the left. And that's the one to the top right is the fish person.
The Iron Giant?
No. That's Asgore. And the one with the M is Metaton. I can't remember. It's like I can't remember the one with the spear's name. It was Alfie's and
The one with the spear is the Iron Giant.
No, that's not the Iron Giant. It's
It looks like him.
Okay, I have to look this up. This is driving me crazy.
It bears passing resemblance to the Iron Giant.
It's
them singing. I'm looking at
Fuck, I can't remember. It's
I don't think Sans
Undyne. That's what it was. It was Undyne.
Undyne.
Yeah.
I don't think Sans can open his mouth, can he?
I mean, no, and they also don't have tongues because they're skeletons. But whatever. I don't think LHuegeny cares that much about it.
Are you saying he doesn't care about his creative process? And
I don't think he does. And also, why is that little maggot guy there? He's not important to the story. Where's
the flower?
Yeah, where's the flower? He's important to the story. Where's
the thing with the horns? The thing that looks kind of like Toriel, but is like a king.
That's the flower. Oh wait, no, that's Asgore. That's the guy in the armor.
Yeah, that guy. Oh, okay, that's him right there.
Why isn't like the spider person in there? You know, the spider person?
Yeah, where's Frisk?
No, Frisk. Oh, that's a good question. Where is Frisk?
We're noticing so many flaws with this one GIF.
Yeah, it's really. And why is Undyne not singing? Asgore is like tilting his mask up and down, but Undyne is just staring off into the distance and not singing at all.
He gave up. Is the screen?
She gave up. Don't misgender the cartoon thingy in the suit of armor.
Wait, sorry. Is it a girl?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Sorry. Didn't mean to misgender. Yeah, she gave up pretty much. What's the name of the computer monitor, by the way?
That's Metaton. It's the game show computer thingy made by the Lisa Simpson girl.
And you can kill all these characters in your genocide run?
Yep. Can kill all except no, yeah, you can kill the little maggot guy.
That's awesome because I kind of hate all their designs except for Sans.
Well, I mean, they don't. Well, they do kind of look like this, but they don't look, like this.
They probably look better in the game.
Yeah, and
actually,
Undyne looks better and the armor that Undyne wears looks a lot better in the game. Like, I don't know what the fuck they did.
I even like Undyne in here.
I don't know. Undyne has like a face under the armor. I don't know why she has the armor on in this one.
It's the Lisa Simpson. It doesn't even look like a Lisa Simpson thing. It looks like one of the dragons from Dragon Tales. Or something like that.
Yeah. Okay, now we're just noticing all the problems with this fucking GIF. And last problem, but I don't even know where they are. What's the background? Like a volcano or something?
They're in hell.
Oh my god, they are in hell. Is that what this was about?
Maybe they are.
Oh wait,
what is this them after they got killed in the genocide run?
I think so. But Metaton
that
would
our
be in a
headcanon?
different. Metaton would be in a different like form. Metaton doesn't look like that in the genocide run. Neither does Undyne. So I don't know what the hell's up with this.
I don't understand this at all. Like, it's just a failure of epic astronomical proportions. This is probably the biggest thing that has been animated.
The biggest what?
Atrocity that we have seen that has been animated.
Yeah, but just because we're looking at it for so long.
This animation is atrocious.
One could say it's an animated atrocity. We need to get MrEnter back in here.
Hey, it's me.
Oh my god, you showed back up. Sorry for all that stuff we said. Just kidding, you suck. But what do you think about this GIF?
This GIF had a lot of rancid morals.
It truly did.
And,
it was too mean. Would you say it's too mean-spirited because a Frisk killed everybody?
Yes, it was far too mean-spirited. What's the moral of this, huh? There is no moral. And can I say one more thing, Eduardo?
Yes.
We're the NostalgiCast. We remember it, so you don't have to.
Genius.